Did you know that in a medical malpractice trial in New York, during closing arguments, if an attorney were to go ahead and start talking about the law and defining what the law is, the opposing attorney is most certainly going to jump up, yell out, "Objection, Judge! He's talking about the law!" You know what type of response he's going to get from the judge? You want to learn? Come join me for a moment as I share with you some great information. Hi, I'm Jerry Oginski. I'm a New York medical malpractice and personal injury attorney here in the state of New York. So now, let's say it's a medical malpractice trial. You've now spent 2 weeks on trial. It's now time for closing arguments. And now one of the attorneys gets up and starts talking about the law. Ladies and gentlemen, in just a few moments, the judge is going to tell you what the law is in this case. He's going to tell you that medical malpractice means medical carelessness, carelessness by a medical professional. And now he goes in further. And all of a sudden you see the other attorney jump up, yell out, "Objection, Judge! He can't talk about the law!" And you know what the judge is going to say? "Counsel, you're absolutely right. Attorney, you cannot talk about the law. That's my function. That's what the judge does." That's what the judge will be doing at the end, after the attorneys give their closing remarks. The judge then turns to the jury and spends a considerable amount of time telling them exactly what the law is in New York for their particular case. And after hearing that information, then they're given instructions to go and begin jury deliberations. And now they'll have to answer a series of questions about whether the defendant, the doctor, violated the basic standards of medical care. Did the hospital staff violate the basic standards of medical care? If the answer is yes, now they go on to the next question. Was that violation, was that departure a cause of this person's injuries? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, then they move on to a section known as damages, and they evaluate whatever damages are being claimed. Maybe it's pain and suffering in the past. Maybe it's pain and suffering in the future. Maybe it's medical bills. Maybe it's lost income. There are many different factors for damages to consider. But you will notice that during closing arguments, attorneys are not to talk about the specifics of the law. They can talk generally about it. They can hint about what the judge is going to say about certain sections of the law. And in fact, it's important to do that. But to go ahead and give specific details about what the judge is going to specifically talk about, that's a no-no. So why do I share this quick information with you? I share it with you just to give you an inside look at what goes on behind the scenes in a medical malpractice case, in an accident case, in a wrongful death case here in the state of New York. You know, I understand you have questions or concerns about your own particular matter. Well, if your matter happened here in New York and you're thinking about bringing a lawsuit, but you haven't started one yet because you have questions that still need answers, what I invite you to do is pick up the phone and call me. I can answer your questions. You know, this is something I do every single day, and I'd love to talk to you. You can reach me at 516-487-8207 or by email at Jerry, G-E-R-R-Y, @oginski-law.com. That's it for today's video. I'm Jerry Oginski. Have a fantastic day.